Okay, so October 5th, right? It's October 5th, people. 2019. I'm going to put this first. Because I simply went outside with Andre. We went to the field over there. Because I noticed that the English walnut tree was growing. It was sprouting from the trunk that they cut. It has the ability to do that. Because things like to survive, people, by instinct, even plants. So, you'll see Andre and I picking leaves. And then what I do with those leaves, people, because they're English walnut, I would prefer black walnut leaves. But those I can only get from my yard now, right? Because I'm the only one with the black walnut trees around this freaking area. Probably a very large area. And I dry them. And then I squish them up. And then I run them through a blender. And I make powder with their leaves. And then the stems, well, I'm not too sure yet what I'm going to do with the stems. There's two things that I can do with the stems. But for now, I've been gathering up walnut leaves, English walnut leaves. You've seen Andre and I drag home that tree, half a tree one time, with all the leaves on it. And we've gone over to the little remaining walnut tree over there and, you know, gathered up some leaves from there. So I have several jars. See? I have more than two. And then, this is Andre's walnut art, people. It's stock. Right? And then, like I said, when I was doing whatever, you know, not all the time, but sometimes I'll, you know, throw in a little packet of this powder to the people that I'll be sending out ShaMay's books, cookbooks, right? Too. And then maybe, you know, try and make a little online store with craft materials, art supplies, because this is what it is, people, is art supplies. It's a natural art supply that nobody wants. Not to mention the food and feeding the animals. I mean, this is an English walnut, right? So anyway, all right, and then we want to go back, come home with our bag, right, and get the pitchfork so I can dig out the plant that I just gave my landlady and her husband, because there's one there sitting there that the big bulldozer didn't scoop up, but once they start building, it's just going to get trampled on. So I want to rescue that plant and bring it home. In addition to, you know, there's still a little bit of comfrey along the fence line that I can pick a few shoots and just transplant them into my yard and dry those leaves. Right? And maybe send some of this too, along with this, to my YouTube family as I'm sending out these books. It doesn't have to be a lot. it could be enough just to, now whether they want to use this for medicinal purposes or whether they want to try and make a paint with it and do art with it, it's up to the person who gets it. You know? So, or whether I put it online, do it that way, it's hard to say. I took Andre out to the thrift store yesterday to go buy him a jacket and a couple pairs of pants. And I came across this cute little book. So, you know, and then the big, whatever that thing is called, is out in the field digging around dirt, loading up dump trucks. You'll see it. You know, come home to come get the pitchfork, to go back to get the plant, and the comfrey, and what drives up people. And this is the point. A white van, or whatever, parks right in front of my driveway in the back. And who's in there? Sierra. Anyway, this man gets out. He says he's had it with Sierra. You know, he's losing his patience. He's going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. And I'm like, well, don't lose it. I'm like, she's sick, right? Anyway, long story short, I didn't record it, people. But I did ask him to, you know, because apparently what she does is she goes to his place all the time. And he doesn't know how to get her to leave. And I said, well, if you call the cops, just make sure you get a file number and give me that file number. Or you can take her to the hospital and you can go talk to the doctors and explain to them what she's been doing to you, basically a stranger. Because he said he picked her up one time. And this is not the first man that's been to my house bringing Sierra here, right? Dropping her off and saying that they can't help her, that they've tried to help her and she's impossible to help. Right? I do believe that some of these men are very genuine in terms of what they're saying. I don't think they're trying to take advantage of my daughter, but it's pretty clear that, you know, it's very easy to take advantage of her. And if somebody wanted to snap because they couldn't fucking deal with her, which I'm sure plenty of people have snapped over the years, and this is in part why she is the way she is, right? I don't know what to do, people. I just don't know what to do. So, needless to say, she went into the garage, was changing her clothes, doing whatever, rooting around. This guy, he didn't know where to take her. He had his own things he had to go do. I told him, look, you know, she's not your responsibility. You know, you're not obligated to take her. So, you know, if you've got no place to take her and you gotta go, then go, right? But if she shows up back at your house and you don't want her there, you call the police, but you make sure you get a file number and you forward that number to me, whether you call me or whether you come to my house. Because it's just a matter of time before I file a lawsuit, people. And this will be included in my lawsuit. Okay? Because basically, we had to come inside. I had to, you know, I didn't let her in. Right? And she's rooting around, moving things around, doing whatever she's doing. You know, mumbling under her breath. Right? Upsetting Andre. Obviously, if I call the police, what are they going to do? Nothing. It's fucking apparent. Right? So, you know, gave her a bit of time, and then she wanted money before she leaves. And I just told her, look, Sierra, I just don't have the money to give to you every time you come here. Because I give her money, people. I give her either $40, depending on how much I have on hand. I'll give her a 20. I'll give her a 10. You know, sometimes I give her 5. I'll give her my little jar of change. If I have change, right, I'll give her the change. But I don't even have change anymore, people. Right? So I said no today. So of course that makes her angry and she storms around, blah, blah, blah. So I just want to keep it out there that this is the British Columbia, Canada healthcare system that exploits vulnerable families as they cater to an immigrant population that's bringing in political genocide into the country just by the sheer fact of the numbers that are coming in with limited resources not being used to the benefit of the people that were born in the country because we're expendable. Like I said, if there was a student, an immigrant student, or just a nurse, an immigrant nurse that came into Canada under a work visa and something happened to her and her organs were illegally harvested and her body was illegally embalmed in a hospital setting and then put on display like a trophy for 9 fucking days as her body rotted, there would be an international outcry. Because the first card that would be played is racism. Immigrant, different ethnicity equals, well, us Canadians, mainly white people, the supremacists in the crowd, are racist. Right? But that's not going to happen, though, people. Because they're bringing in these immigrants to shut up and do as they're told, basically. And that's why, and also too, they're willing to do the criminal activity in order to gain self-profit and reward through their working visas. Because this is being done from a senior staff level in terms of illegal organ harvesting and pimping out the Sierras in the world. Because this dude was saying, oh yeah, there's so many of them. So many of them. And I'm like, what? So many of what? Sierras? He said, yeah. So many Sierras running around out here completely fucking bonkers with no place to go. And I'm telling him she needs assisted living. Right? But, oh, if she's acting out in horror, yeah, well, you know, that's to be expected under the circumstances, right? But that's why we have a public union sector to serve the public and to make sure that these people are in safe environments so that they can stable out and have a somewhat normal life and not interrupt other people's lives and be a fucking menace. Okay? He agreed. And you know what he said? The government is playing games. And I said, what do you mean? He said, yeah, they're just playing games. This is what they want. You know, with the drugs and everything. Right? So how do you beat that, people? How do you beat that? Right? I can't have her move in, people. We tried. The kids downstairs tried. I told you. It didn't work. We're not the ones who created Sierra, but we're the ones that this fucking, I don't know. You know, I was sitting here today, and I'm going to end it on this note, okay? Because I don't want to drag the same old bag of shit around, you know, right? Because I'm sure within a week I'll be doing another Sierra video. Maybe I should just call it a Sierra video, but that's not how the day started off, people. The day started off going with my grandson to a field where all over 120 trees were cut down in less than a fucking week, right? All the birds' nests, all the, you know, animal habitats destroyed, ruined, their food source destroyed, ruined, right? For an illusion. for an illusion, because we know once those old people move in, there's going to be a good 10% of them that are going to be targeted within the healthcare system to lose their assets and end up like Uncle John. And because of that, I'm sitting here today before I started my day and everything was nice and quiet. And I'm like, what kind of world do I live in where the public union sector are the gatekeepers to hell? They are the gatekeepers to hell, people. Like a portal. They're a portal to hell. That's what they are. That's what I determined this morning. They do nothing fucking good. And if they do, it's just a distraction for a larger illusion. They lost their way, people, a long time ago. And they are the gatekeepers to hell, the portal to hell. It is the public union sector that goes through the portal between hell and earth, back and forth with their demon selves doing this devil shit to the very people that they professed to protect, which they do not. They don't protect my neighbors. They don't protect my family. They don't protect my grandchildren. They don't protect my daughter, Sierra. They sure in the fuck don't protect me. So who do they protect, people? Satan. That's who they protect. Because they are the freaking gatekeepers to hell. Okay, people. So now it's October 5th. 2019. You see this? This is the little English walnut tree that they cut down. Right?
But how is it still alive?
Well, it's resprouting from the trunk. That's what's happening here, people. Do you see that? Because even though they cut down the trunk, or the tree itself, look at that. There's its roots. Do you see? They chopped off a whole bunch, but not enough to kill it. So, anyway, it's resprouted itself. So that's amazing. So what Andre and I are going to do, though, is we're taking its leaves because I'm making ink powder with it. You can see what these guys are doing over there. They're probably wondering what we're doing over here. Right? So anyway, we're just going to focus on what we want to focus on. Hold on. Okay, so what do we have?
Walnut leaves.
Walnut leaves. That's right. What are we going to do with them?
Make ink.
Make what?
Make ink.
Ink powder.
Yeah.
Ink powder. That's what we're going to make with those, people. Ink powder. And then what we did here is we took all the leaves off as if it was a sheep. I told Andre we're kind of shaving it, right? It will grow back, right? Like if you shave a sheep, the fur, like the down, or no, not the down, the you know, the wool, right? It grows back, right? Well, it's the same thing with this tree. So,
and
right?
besides, there's sap too.
Huh?
Sap.
Sap?
Yeah, I think that's sap.
No, that's water. But yeah, you can see how it sprouted out from buds down here, right? Nice. No, they're going to be building. So anyway, here's the comfrey. This is where I got it before it ended up looking like this. So we've seen another little plant over there that I want to dig up.
God, it's coming down here.
So
see?
He's not digging here. He's not coming after us. He's just gathering up his dirt.
I wonder why.
Because they're going to start building a foundation here, right? So anyway, we're going to come back with a pitchfork and got a big bag of walnut leaves now, right? And then as these are growing in my yard, I am bringing them in, drying them. So when I send out Auntie ShaMay's book in the mail, I'll put a little pouch of this dried and a little pouch of this.
No, I found a root.
Yeah.
But it looks like...
So hold on a minute. Okay.
Okay, people. So they're doing something today. Like,
Pay attention in here.
I am. They're lifting up dirt for some reason.
Yeah. Our plants are over there,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I don't know if we should run down that way and freak them out.
No, we shouldn't. No.
Huh?
Freaking people out is not a good idea.
Okay, well, pay attention to what you're doing. Try and hold it still.
Well, here you.
Pretty cool.
What are you doing? Fuck off, you're an idiot. As soon as you told me not to fucking go, I just heard you fucking get fucking grass and that shit. I'm a little fucking mess.
October 5th, 2019. Somebody dropped her off and said she keeps going to his house. Why are you touching my shit?
What? What are you talking about?
That's my shit.
How are you touching it?
Well, you obviously are.
Obviously, right? You didn't need one, you're telling me. Yeah, so well, kids, bucket down, those garbage in it? Probably not, right? Of course not. So there you go. Fucking enough. You were fucking agitated me, man. Too much of your fucking ass for nothing. Okay, fuck. You fucking money, man. I told you she owes me money. Fucking fooled you. No, you're paying it. Oh, fuck. Fuck the shit out of it. Fucking heroin. Get it? Enough. Fucking enough. Andre? Shush. You think?
Don't! Those are mine! Why are you touching
I
those?
brought those here.
Excuse
They have
me?
shit in the garments about?
No!
No?
Those are seeds from the yellow plums that I made plum sauce with.
What?
Why you want to turn on my fucking water tap?
Actually, no, those inside the garden. I didn't do those out.
So what are you doing? What are you doing?
Do those out. You said you want them.
Will you get off my porch?
You said you wanted them, right?
Yeah, but why are you even on my porch?
I'm not cleaning. Why'd you be fucking after here? Fucking talent, it seems disgusting. I know it's quite nice right there. Thank you, Sierra. I'll dig out more fucking dirt for you.